Hello, everyone, and welcome back to KORR Monsters. We are in New Orleans, Louisiana, for our final stop before KORR Monsters Finals 5. Starting us off, we have our reigning freestyle champion, Mark Moody, in Before It Breaks Car Apart. Then we have Ed Jenkins in Bull Tilt, Damon Newton in Comedic Gaskets, Lonnie Hall in Cottonmouth, Guy Neal in Flashover, Henry Gibbons in Flying High, Kinsley Parks in Howler, DJ Payne in King Carnage, Harper Ray in Loud Pedal, Trip Cassidy in Rat Trap, Opal Baxter, our 2001 freestyle champion, in Reckless Red. And rounding out our field, we have Wayne Garrett in Texas Ace. Now for our round 1 bracket of racing here, we'll be starting off with Howler going up against Flying High, Comedic going up against King Carnage, Rat Trap going up against Bull Tilt, Loud Pedal going up against Before It Breaks Car Parts, Cottonmouth going up against Reckless Red, and we'll be ending off round 1 with Flashover versus Texas Ace. First race up to the line, Howler and Flying High waiting on that light to go green, and away they go. Unique racing track we have here this week starts off with that big plateau jump, and it's shaped like a paper clip. So now they go for the inside ramp here, coming to the finish line. Howler with a problem. Flying High is going to be getting the win here in round number 1. As next up, we have Comedic Gaskets going up against King Carnage, a pair of brand new Ford F-150s here. King Carnage with the jump on Comedic. Damon Newton not one to be left at the light very often. Coming around first turn, it was looking pretty even. Then Damon Newton cracked the whip. Coming to the finish line here, it's going to be all Comedic Gaskets. Next up, we have Rat Trap and Bull Tilt pulling to the line. Bull Tilt blowing smoke at them, and away they go. Coming into the first turn, looking pretty even so far. Bull Tilt might be ahead here, and he is by about a truck length. Coming to the final turn, and it's going to be Bull Tilt moving on into the next round. Close finish there, but I think Rat Trap missed the ramp at the end there. So even if he did get to the line first, he wouldn't have won. As next up, we have Loud Pedal and Before It Breaks Car Parts. And away they go. Into the first turn here, looking pretty even. Halfway point. Slight advantage to Before It Breaks Car Parts. Into the final turn. At the line, it's going to be Loud Pedal moving on. B4 gets in trouble. Brings it back down, though. As next up, we have Cottonmouth and Reckless Red pulling to the line. And away they go. Into the first turn here. Looks like Cottonmouth with the advantage. Huge advantage for Lonnie Hall and Cottonmouth here. Coming to the finish line. Lonnie had some troubles there. Opal Baxter, Reckless Red pulls out the win there. And now our last race of the first round, Flashover going up against Texas Ace. Flashover with the early jump. Into the first turn, Flashover with the advantage. And it's all Flashover so far. Unless there's a big mistake, it will be Guy Neal and Flashover moving on into round number 2, and indeed it will be. As Texas Ace not able to keep up with them. And now we look at our bracket for round number 2. It'll be Flying High going up against Comedic Gaskets, Bull Tilt going up against Loud Pedal, and Reckless Red going up against Flashover. And we will be taking a fast loser out of this round, as you can see by that yellow box in the bracket. Now we got our first race pulling to the line. Comedic Gaskets Flying High, waiting on that green. Flying High getting the jump on Damon Newton this time. Not something we're used to seeing. Damon getting left at the light not once but twice in the same event. But he's making up for it as the race goes. Already has the lead. Coming to the line, a little squirrely, but Damon Newton, Comedic Gaskets will be moving on into round number 3 here. Next up, we got Bull Tilt Loud Pedal pulling to the line. Away they go. Beautiful start for both trucks. Coming around the turn, Bull Tilt looks like has a little bit of a problem in the turn, but still pretty even coming into the last turn. Coming out, though, it's all Loud Pedal moving on to the next round here, as Bull Tilt is all over the place. Next up for our final race, we got Reckless Red going up against Flashover. Away they go. Into the first turn. Looks like Flashover might be ahead. Both trucks with an amazing turn, and Flashover is ahead by about half a truck. Last turn. Coming to the line, it's going to be Flashover taking the win over Reckless Red. Big upset here at this point in the bracket. But Reckless Red fast enough to come back as fast loser. They'll be going up against Comedic Gaskets here in round number 3. And then we'll see Loud Pedal going up against Flashover in the final race. Pulling on the line, Comedic Gaskets, Reckless Red waiting on that green light. Away they go. Into the first turn, Reckless Red, big advantage. Damon Newton closes the gap, though, coming into the final turn. Reckless Red with an amazing turn. Opal Baxter going to the final round for the first time in a long time. Next up, who's she going against? Loud Pedal or Flashover? And away they go. Ooh, bit of a rough jump there for Flashover. Did not quite clear it. That gave Loud Pedal a huge lead going into the final turn. And it's going to be all Loud Pedal, so our final race will be Reckless Red and Loud Pedal. Neither of these trucks have made it to the racing final since the first 2 events of 2002. So we're going to see a winner we have not seen in a long time here. Both trucks at the line, waiting on the green, and away they go. Loud Pedal pulling a wheelie off the line. Rough landing for Loud Pedal there, did not clear the tabletop. Halfway point, Reckless Red, half a truck advantage. Into the final turn, who's going to nail the turn? Reckless Red stumbles a little bit. Loud Pedal nails the turn and takes a win. Harper Ray and Loud Pedal is your racing winner here in New Orleans. As we now get ready to move on into freestyle here, our order is going to start us off with Bull Tilt. Then we'll have Texas Ace, Flashover, King Carnage, Loud Pedal, Flying High, Cottonmouth, Howler, Rat Trap, Comedic Gaskets, Reckless Red, and then we'll be ending off with our reigning freestyle champion before it breaks car parts. Starting us off here, we got Ed Jenkins and Bull Tilt coming out. Looks like he's going to start us off with that car stack on top of the tabletop. Great hit, good sky wheelie, little bit of a slap wheelie off of it. As he starts looking around for his next hit here. Gets a good little bit of air off the backside of the gray lane. Gets a little bit of a slap wheelie too, but had to put it down. And gets some more good air off that red lane. Lining up for that single car. And gets a massive slap wheelie, blowing the smoke across the floor there. It's a good run so far, but I think we need to see more momentum out of it. Goes back to his cars, airs it out off it that time. Again, a little bit of a slap wheelie there, not much. 25 seconds left in the run here, going after the school buses. Puts it on the bumper. Comes to a stop on top of the buses, but got it going again. Run coming to a close. I think we need to see a little more out of it. Get some good air over that gap. As time comes to a close here, he's going to go into donuts. These will count for the score. And looks like he's going to keep on going here. Going to go backside of the tabletop cars, gets some good air off of them. Parks it up, gets a 19 from the judges. So a good score to start us off. But it's definitely not going to hold the lead for long, as now we have Wayne Garrett and Texas Ace coming out next. Just announced to be the 2004 fan vote winner. So he will be going to KORR Monsters Finals 5. As he putts around here on the track, looking for that next hit. Backside of the tabletop car. It's got a good little sky wheelie off of him. Lining up for that next hit. Rolls over the buses. Momentum pretty much non-existent here. Only 3 hits and half the run, and now he's backing up. Going for that single car. Went for a slap wheelie and did not get it. Got some good air off the back of the red lane there. Going after his next hit. Another pretty decent hit on the gray lane. Only 20 seconds left in the run here. This is definitely not taking the lead. Get some air over the tabletop there. Finally gets some good air out of it, but it was on the last hit and only off the racing lane. It looks like he's going to call it there. Wave to the fan. Score is going to be a 16 from the judges. I think they were pretty generous with that score. As next up, Guy Neal and Flashover comes out. Gets a huge sky wheelie off the gray lane. Got into a little bit of trouble there, but recovered nicely. And then got some great air off the backside of those tabletop cars as well. Looks like he's going to go after that bus stack here. Good hit off of it. Driving around looking for that next hit. Looks like he's going to go for that standing car. Went for a slap wheelie, could not get it. So another truck not getting a slap wheelie. Gets some great air off of that tabletop stack. Puts it on the back bumper. Looks like he's going to line up for that other bus stack. Hits it a little weird, but first one to go after that obstacle. That's got to get him some points from the judges. Back to that gray lane. Walks it over the top. Gets another slap wheelie. About 5 seconds left in the run here. He might get another hit in. He's going to whip it into some donuts now as well. Time expires. And around he goes. He's going to call it there. He gets a 22 from the judges. Pretty good score. Personally, I think it should have been a couple of points higher, but it was a good score, and it does take the lead, as now we have DJ Payne and King Carnage up next. Top 3 scorers on the board there. Going after that freestanding car, gets a great slap wheelie off of him. Walks it over the tabletop. Brings it down on the other side of the tabletop. That was a beautiful move. Now airs it out over the bus stack into another slap wheelie. Puts that one down pretty quick though. DJ Payne has been stepping up his game. Every time we see him, gets some huge air off those buses. Got into trouble as well, but recovered it nicely, living up to that King Carnage name. Get some great air off the tabletop cars. I don't know how much longer those are going to be sticking around. They're getting crushed down pretty good. 20 seconds left going into donuts. Looking for that next hit. Only 10 seconds left here. Huge sky wheelie on the red lane. Will he get another hit in here? As time expires, that should count with the judges. Goes back to the buses and goes up and over on top of them. It's going to be a 26 from the judges. Big score for DJ Payne and King Carnage. As next up, we have racing winner Harper Ray and Loud Pedal airing it out over the tabletop, cleared the landing. Absolutely monster air. Now he gets a slap wheelie. Puts it down on the tabletop. Now he airs it out once again off that red lane. Still can't get over that first hit. That was massive air. Now he's going after the buses here. It's tripped up by him a bit. Halfway through this run here, this is a great run. The run we just saw from King Carnage was great, but this might be better so far. He gets more huge air, puts it on the trunk of the car, knocks the trunk open. If that thing went any farther back, it would have gone over. Cross threads the gray lane onto the top of the tabletop. Harper Ray is going crazy here. Cyclone's right in front of the camera. This could be a perfect score here. I don't know what else the judges would want. Maybe a save. But this run's been so over the top, they might not even need it to give it a perfect score. Great sky wheelie. Destroys the back of the truck. And he's going to keep on going still. Huge air. Whips it into the turn. Airs out off the buses again. Goes up. Tries to save it. And it goes over on its lid. It's a 28 from the judges. They liked that, but they think they can see better here tonight. Next up, we have Henry Gibbons and Flying High. Huge bar set in front of him. As he gets to work here. Good hit on that bus stack to start us off. Went for a slap wheelie off that freestanding car, did not get it. Gets some good air off the tabletop there. I don't know how much of the cars he got though. They've been pushed back quite a bit. Airs it out over the gap and cleared it nicely. Henry Gibbons looking for his next hit. Good air off the backside of that gray lane. Coming up to the buses once again. Walks a wheelie across the top of them. Went for a slap wheelie, but couldn't get it coming back down though. And now he goes into donuts with 30 seconds left. Going backside of that red lane, gets some good air off of him. Time coming to a close here. Sets up on that gray lane. I think he wanted to try to go for a slap wheelie, but didn't get the hit he needed for it. And ends the run with a good hit on that other bus stack. And then gets some more good air off that tabletop stack. Got into a little bit of trouble there. Recovered it nicely. And now he's going to park it on the bus stack. And it's going to be a 26 from the judges. So a good score, but not good enough for the lead. As next up, we have Lonnie Hall and Cottonmouth. We've been wondering about what's happening with this truck and what's happening with Lonnie. We've gotten the report now that Zach Preston will be moving out of Rat Trap 1. That chassis is getting retired, and he will be driving Cottonmouth on this chassis next year. And that Lonnie Hall will not be with this team next year. So KORR Monsters Finals 5 will be the last time we see Lonnie Hall and Cottonmouth. He's putting on a good run so far. So we could be seeing Lonnie Hall in that Dodge truck. We still have not heard an official answer on who's driving that truck yet. But Lonnie Hall putting on a pretty good run here. Definitely not one to compete for the win as he airs it out and clears the tabletop. It's a good run, but after everything we've seen so far, it's just kind of lacking a little bit here. And it looks like he's going to set up for something here on the tabletop. He's going for donuts. Clips the car and goes over. He was trying to go for something really unique there, but didn't get it. It's going to be a 25 from the judges. Next up, we have Kinsley Parks and Howler. Going for a slap wheelie here and nails it. Looking for that freestanding car. Gets another good hit off of it and another good slap wheelie. She's not really extending them out though. She's just kind of getting the wheelies and putting them down. Going after that gray stack here. Going for a sky wheelie. Gets a beautiful one. Going after those buses next, it looks like. Gets tripped up by him. Recovers it. Ooh, slams the truck down hard on that gray lane. Coming for this other bus stack here. Gets some great air off of it. Lands it on the red lane. It's a great hit there from Kinsley. Now she goes into donuts. "15 seconds left in the run here. She's going to cross thread the tabletop by the looks of it. Something we haven't really seen. And now launches it, clears the tabletop almost. Time expires, launches it off that other bus stack. That should count for the score. As she continues on here, back to the red lane, gets some good air off of it. And now launches it off that gray lane into a great slap wheelie. Puts it down. It's going to be a 26 from the judges. A lot of 26s here today. As next up, we see 2000 racing champion Trip Cassidy in Rat Trap. Of course, when he won that championship, he was driving his own truck, Outlaw Thunder. Got the call a few years ago to see if he wanted to drive this new Rat Trap 4 truck. Jumped at the opportunity. Has been missing out on that first win with the team, but has been putting up great results. Working his way on this floor. Good hit after good hit after good hit. Going after that other bus stack here. Tripped up a little bit, but puts it into a wheelie. Got into a little bit of trouble there. Only had one wheel on the tabletop when he went up it. And then some good air off of this bus stack into another slap wheelie. "25 seconds left in the run here. Airs it out over the bus stack the other direction. Not a lot of people have done that so far. In fact, I think he's the first. And it clears that gap by a mile. Sky wheelie off the other bus stack. Trip Cassidy's going wild here. Time expires. Looks like he's in a cross thread across both racing lanes and the tabletop, across the entire floor. Trip Cassidy wants this win. Will the judges give it to him? Another slap wheelie, puts it on the bumper, puts it down. It's only going to be a 27 from the judges, so not enough for the win, but still good enough for second place. As next up, we have Damon Newton in Comedic Gaskets. Starts us off with a good hit off that tabletop stack. Or what's left of it, I should say. And then another slap wheelie. But put it down really quick. You can see score to beat, still that 28 from Loud Pedal. As Damon gets to work here. Awkward hit on that bus stack. It kind of fell apart on him. But recovered it nicely. Huge air off that hit for how slow he was going coming up to it. Going after the red lane, gets some good air off of it. Coming down to 30 seconds left in this run. And now he's going to cross thread the gray lane, try to go onto the tabletop with it. Didn't quite have the momentum to land on it though. Now he airs it out off that bus stack into a slap wheelie, puts it on the tailgate. Just a couple seconds left in the run here. It's probably the last hit. Hits that other bus stack with the rear wheels turn, gets it into trouble on one wheel. Time expires with that save. Will Damon Newton have enough for the lead here as he gets in trouble? Up and over he goes. Truck lands upside down. It's going to be a 28 for Damon Newton and Comedic Gasket, so that'll tie for the lead. As now we have Opal, Baxter, and Reckless Red coming up next. Second to last truck out. Starts us off with a great hit on that bus stack. Opal, of course, our 2001 freestyle champion, as she gets some good air off that bus stack. Now looks like she's going to go after the cars on the tabletop, airs it out. Awkward wheelie. I don't really know if you want to call that a slap wheelie, rebound wheelie, whatever. Back to that car, lands it in front of the red lane. Opal hitting everything a little different than we've seen, getting awkward hits, awkward landings off of them. And another one-wheeled wheelie. Goes up the other bus stack, up and over she goes. No saving that one. It's a 29 from the judges with a bunch of time left on the clock. And now we come up to our last truck out. Mark Moody, reigning freestyle champion, starts us off with a hit over that gap. A great slap wheelie, puts it on the bumper. This is only the second show for this new chassis for him. Cross-threading it on the gray lane. Really awkward hit. Coming over here to the bus stack, gets some good air going over it into another slap wheelie. Puts it down pretty quick though. Halfway through this run, Mark definitely needs to pick it up if he wants to have a shot at the win. Huge air off that gray lane. And then more big air off that other bus stack. Really rough landing, though. And another good hit off that gray lane. 15 seconds left here in the run. And he's going to back it up for a big air hit on the tabletop. And away he goes. Huge air. Not quite as big as what we saw from Loud Pedal, though, I don't think. Time expires here. I don't think that was enough. We'll see what the judges say. But Mark Moody going to keep on going here. Cross threads the tabletop. Huge air going over it. And now tries to cross-thread that other bus stack, and up and over he goes. And it's only a 27 from the judges. So Opal, Baxter, and Reckless Red will be your freestyle winner here tonight, as we have a tie for second between Loud Pedal and Comedic Gaskets with a 28. Rat Trap and Before It Breaks Car Parts both have a 27. Then we have King Carnage, Flying High, and Howler all with a 26. Cottonmouth with a 25. Flashover with a 22, Bull Tilt with a 19, and Texas Ace with a 16 to round us off. This has been a great season here for us at KORR Monsters. Next week, we will be in Las Vegas for KORR Monsters Finals 5 Racing, and then the week after that, we'll be in Vegas once again for KORR Monsters Finals 5 Freestyle. Let us know what you thought about this show in the comments down below. Let us know what you think about this entire series down in the comments below. Also, be sure to follow our Instagram to keep up to date with all the news going on around the series. We hope you enjoyed this show. We hope to see you next week, and we'll see you next time.